You can vote on the next king.
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
Who are you voting for, mate?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrimont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning.
Great. What?
As you wish.
Let's have a look at the map. Let's go to the armorers next. They have some decent stuff in here, any?
Welcome to Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail? At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum.
You know anything about what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harrimont's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
You part of the smith cast, take it?
For 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a fall and tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face, you're not a smith yourself.
No, everything you just said to me was gibberish. Your daughter named Agnes.
Has she been bothering you? Gets a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
Become a mage.
Ah, that girl. I've been telling her for years to give up those foolish notions. Magic's a human trick. If Dagna wants enchantment, I can apprentice her to a lyrium crafter. I'm sorry she bothered you.
I'd like to help her.
Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard. Please, if you see her, send her back and let me talk some sense into her.
I wanted to have a look at your stuff, mate.
Please, don't encourage Dagna further. Tell her you were wrong and that her place is with her family.
Let's see what you got.
Of course. Keep in mind, we also take items on trade.
That's large claw trap plans. Let me see what, like, ridiculously expensive stuff you've got then. This is all crap. Don't have to worry about that. Oh, excuse me. A bird. He doesn't seem to have anything, like, uber fascinating. What's this? Well, +1 armor. No. Yeah, he seems like the most reasonably priced person here so far. Well, we don't need any of that. That one's locked. Let's go and hand him back his notes. Paying quite a few now.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. You're the best wrangler. You're the best. You're the best. I trust Vala, my nug wrangling friend.
Go to the Diamond Quarter then. Let's go slap some rich boy tits. You're just a common guard. You're a noble. Can't go in there. You're just a noble. Adal Hemi.
From what
I
I
did
heard
not
of
expect to
dwarven
see you
politics,
again.
I'm almost
I am
surprised
afraid
we
you'll
haven't
find
seen
Orzammar
blood running
much
these streets.
changed.
Marty.
My lord, you're back. They told me you were dead.
Isn't this one of the women that we were supposed to have a three-way with? Yeah. You were Marty, was it? Good to see you again. Do I know you?
Prince, you say? Then why were you exiled and stripped of caste not 2 days after you planted your son in me? With you as his father, he's casteless now. His birth wasn't even recorded by the Shapers. You've destroyed us!
I guess we did have that three-way then. Did you say son? I'm guessing sorry won't get it.
I've had to care for him myself, nurse him, clothe him. I can't work. No one wants to lie with a woman who's used up her fertility on some casteless brat. How could you do this to us?
Quite easily. Sorry, not my problem. Well, I didn't exactly plan to get exiled.
Then help us. Convince your family to take you back. Or at least declare you honorably dead and acknowledge your son. Please, think about what his life will be otherwise.
If it's within my power, I'll get my son his birthright. I'll ask, but don't get your hopes up. I'll try in the meantime. Here's some money to live on.
Well, thank you for caring. I take back all the times I cursed your name.
Apparently we have a son. I don't even know of it. Oh, there's another note. How many of these things do we have to collect, exactly? When was it? The Nug Wrangler? I don't know. Must just be like a small thing. What was a mark right?
Questions arise regarding Lord Balin's impending marriage to a casteless.
Diamond Mall. I love that. Noble. There's something about Balin being married. What's that? Paramount's estate. Lady Dace.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
Nerab.
I hope you'll support Lord Harrowmont.
Not in the slightest.
News of the hour. Does Lord Harrowmont think
such
that
a short
Orzammar
people,
can
they
hold
do
off the
rather
Dwarves
like their
forever?
buildings
The
tall.
Assembly demands an answer.
Noble? Dwarf noble? What's the difference between a noble and a dwarf noble? Aren't they the same thing? Chanter of Assembly. Lots of nobles. We have to speak to Balin, and then we have to speak to Harrowmont. So, oh, hey, there's a nug. There's a shaper.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
Favorite cataloger. Water.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I, don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of
I
research?
was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I'm a grey warden, not afraid of the deep roads. Why do I have to hand out my help to everybody? I could look in return for some Orton wealth.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Yet another person who I have to slave over. Good job. I get something out of it though, isn't it? Lots of money.
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a look at it?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine! He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
What's wrong with being bald? With scars on your head? It's almost like you're describing me, but Shaper scribe. There's a shaper. Or anything up here? It's probably not even worth coming up here, is it? Oh, wall of memories. Oh, there it is. There's a chest.
Tell me.
As you like.
It's work, Liliana. Search for the true prophet. It's a gift. In gloves of diligence. +4 armor. Legion of the Dead. I'm going to assume there's a few books in here that we can click on and get loads of like codex things for, but the praise of the humble nug. I don't really want to sit here and end up like checking every single book.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
I am no stranger.
Your exile is written in the memories, Warden. I am sorry, but Orzammar cannot be your home, nor I your Shaper. We must all obey the Ancestors' rules.
Well, even though they're stupid.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
What's the difference between an ancestor and a paragon?
All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to paragon. A paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
Are there any
There
alive?
is one paragon of this generation, a woman named Branka. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status.
Where's Branka, bro?
She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned.
How did the cast?
According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloadlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Giachet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shatgyar founded the artisans. Orzatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons.
Sounds made up. What about the casteless?
The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born. Their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young.
That would be a mercy. Seems easy for you to dismiss them.
Their births are not recorded in the memories. In Orzammar, they do not exist. Is there something more pleasant you wish to discuss?
No, I'm good.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
But my presence has been recorded. Yep, my presence has been stripped from the record. So I'm still on it one way or the other. Where should we go first? Let's go to House Haramont, and then we'll go to the Royal Palace. Go kick Balin in the balls. What's that? That's Balin's balls.
Lord Balin's impending marriage to a castless proves his dedication to change.
Oh, it's this next one, isn't it?
Lord
Camera
Balin
keeps changing, it's
suspected of
annoying.
personally defacing statues of the
Noble butler. Dueling. Got a big old house. Can you hear that? Tercy, who are you?
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
Yeah, you do that while I rob you. Well, just pretend you never saw it. Dwarven War Axe.
Yes, of course.
Didn't have enough skill, so I hacked it open and I lost the boots. Don't mind me, you can clean up the mess. I was never here. It's an interesting question though, like, obviously, I was stripped from the record for being exiled. Like, would they put me back in? I know he said that my thing has been recorded in the record, but would I be recorded in the record to say, like,
Lord
I was
Haramont
taken
sends his
off?
greetings, exile. He was surprised to see you back here.
I have a treaty obliging Orzammar to aid against the Blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Haramont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
How can I prove I'm not working for Balin? How can you think I'm working? What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly? Stop playing games. Tree compels you to help.
Lord Haramont always had too much affection for you. But I know you Idukans and your thirst for glory. If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Haramont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Haramont's best fighters into stepping down.
So you'd like me to enter proving Haramont's name? Do you want me to find out who you're why you're fighting?
That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Haramont would have no fear of meeting with you then. Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Haramont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Haramont could certainly use you on his side.
I'm not going to work with Balin, I just didn't want to commit to him yet before I've spoken to the Cackman there until I've proven my loyalty. Fair enough. Let's go see what Balin's got to say and see why the others dropped out. No way in hell I'm working for Balin. I thought he was a nice
Lord
guy.
Haramont entrenched in the past. How long can he ignore that?
Noble. Been a while since I've been in here.
All right.
Tunneling thieves. Come on. Apparently I've got my leg trapped in something.
And I'm off.
Let's make this quick. Back.
Probably not going to need my help for that, are you? No, you do. Crack on.
What's going on? By the ancestors. Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I had no idea what was going on. I was just looking for things to loot myself. Anything that's stealable is mine, mate, alright? Nothing in there. What the hell is this place? Is there a toilet or something? Love letter and another dwarven war axe.
I shall.
Just killed a bunch of thieves as I wait my way through robbing all the stuff. I see a phylactery there. Glass phylactery. Many of the King Endred's belongings have been rushed into storage, including trophies of his long reign. Among the boxes is a small glass phylactery. There is naturally cold, dark shape swirl around a slip of paper within the vial. Leave it alone. I'm going to save it first, because if this is what I think it is, you'll see several of these dotted around, and then when you start messing with it, a nasty surprise happens.
As you like.
Take the vial. The glass fractures to your touch. Yep, there he is.
Begin the onslaught.
We might be in a place where we can deal with him now, but I doubt it. What are you doing?
I'll do it.
Here I am.
I wonder why my character wasn't doing what I asked him. Liliana's dead.
Too easy. Lost me and you shall pay. Hopefully you do not fight as poorly as you smell.
How much damage he's doing?
Yes. Going.
You will learn to fear me.
Look over there. That. How amusing.
All right.
Let's. This is not fair. Why is it always me that has to bleed?
He's immune to knockdown.
Now this should be fun. Let's do this quickly, shall we?
You will learn to fear me.
Come on, Alistair, stop missing. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, you'll pay for that.
Alistair!
Oh,
No!
As you wish. Take that!
no mercy.
Stop missing, Alistair. This is not the time. And now it's just down to... We come close. But yeah, they are horrible, them Revenants. Told you there was a nasty surprise in there, but lesson learned, we're not ready to start dicking about with that just yet. We need like 60 more companions with us. Ooh, we made it to the King's Chamber. Only way left to go is this way, which is Balin's room.
No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
We can't do it either way. Where's the last one? Paramount, Balin, Orzammar, Chamber Assembly, Shaper. So yeah, it's the Chamber Assembly then, isn't it? I think. Unless we've got to go back out there across the bridge, maybe. That seems a bit seems to make a bit more sense, actually. Vartag, yeah, what up?
I heard you had returned to his exile. What insult do you mean by coming here?
This is a blight coming. I need Balin's help. I hear as a Grey Warden, not an Idukan. I've never got to congratulate my brother on his rise to power. Only to tell Balin the next time we meet he dies.
House Idukan struck your name from its records the day you killed Trian. With Endrin gone, Balin must take his throne.
It was Balin who killed Trian.
You should leave Orzammar now, exile. Seek whatever you wish on the surface, but there is nothing for you here.
I have a treaty. You know what? Balin told you what happened? You know, don't you? Balin told you what happened.
As we were taught as children, our histories are never wrong, and the history of House Idukan lists you as Trian's murderer. I have seen this treaty in the Shaper's libraries, but it is only the king it compels, and your father has unfortunately passed on. If you seek Balin's help, he can only give it from the throne, and only if no one stands in the way of his getting there.
No, I'm not helping him get the throne. Dinner was my fault of me being
I won't be passing that message on, exile. Your brother will be king soon. He's the one who decides who lives and who dies.
Well, I'm sorry, mate, but you can stick that right up his ring piece.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
I want to go back in.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. So it's true. The exile has returned, and we are to treat you as a respected guest.
I'm a Grey Warden now. Do you wish I always have?
It's the one perk to this position, child. Or should I call you warden? I'm glad to hear the surfacers are making use of your talents. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Anyway, I can break this down? Who is this you to aid?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you. Warden, I'm afraid the Assembly is still locked in debate. What can I do for you?
Let me know when they stop
Not
bickering.
until something forces their hands, I'm afraid. Only Balin or Harrowmont can settle this.
Let's go out and across the bridge then, Brad. Who's this fool?
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harrowmont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture. Balin is hosting a proving tournament to honor his father's memory, but he somehow scared off most of Lord Harrowmont's fighters. If you can enter as Harrowmont's champion, you would prove your dedication well.
Alright.
Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the Proving Master and tell him you're entering Lord Harrowmont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Baisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Hey, you come here to do one thinglet and you gotta run around doing 80 others. I'll bring you when I'm at the
Legion of
proving.
the dead warriors secretly wear Prince Balin's colors.
Here we are. We're looking for... I can't even remember the names of the people he said. Baisel is one of them.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me?
Not if you're gonna take that attitude. What are you talking about? Who are you? I've never seen you before.
Nor I you, but it's pretty obvious who you're working for.
Are you Baisel Harrowmont?
I am. So if you're not here to... How do you know who I am?
Harrowmont's hurt that his own cousin would walk out on him. If you tell me what's happening, I could help you. That's intimidating.
Oh, don't put it that way. Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other.
You're being blackmailed. So you're afraid your affair will be exposed, and now Balin's found it.
Balin's fighter, Miaja, showed me love letters they have, from Revelka to me. If I fight, they'll expose us.
I can get those letters back.
You do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. Balin's fighter, Miaja, has the letters. If you make sure she never shows them to anyone, I'll fight for Harrowmont again. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
Easy enough. They won't start until I start. Where's the other guy? Where's the other one? Was it you?
Watch for P.26. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record.
Isn't that nice? Now, if you excuse me.
Better believe I saw your victory last year. Nice one. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean.
You ever fought in one?
Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior.
What are the rules?
They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets.
Isn't that nice? Now for the
I'm
season.
telling you, P.26 will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
No. Who are we missing there? I swear there are 2 people he said. Read Basil's love letters. Find out why Gwydon. Right. Okay, is there more rooms in here? Let's speak to Proving Master. I'll save it before. Oh, hang on, I found the corridor. Yeah, there's more down here. There we go. I was going to say I'll speak to the Proving Master, but I don't need to. So, Roshan. Lord Daravank Volney. Oh, he's the guy.
Yes.
Who screwed me over last time.
Don't take it personally. Hana-shan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone.
And I got find a more friendly reception elsewhere. What are the Silent
They're
Sisters?
an order of female warriors, founded by Astith the Grey, a woman of the warrior caste who first fought for women's right to be soldiers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand proving bare-handed. The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor.
Dang stupid. Whose side are
The
you
Silent Sisters support the sitting king. They are loyal servants to the Idukans.
Then may both your efforts triumph. You should reconsider who you call king.
Your bravado is meaningless. When a Silent Sister fights, she doesn't do it with words. If you would back up your claims, enter the proving. The ancestors will show who they think is worthy.
Well, I swear I crushed a woman's skull in when I did the provings at the very start.
You looking at something?
Woojet.
Get out of here!
Proving arms.
And I'm off.
Fine to see you here, Warden. A number of people have told me they hope to see you in the provings. It's a rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some informal action.
You mean illegal?
Assembly restricted, not illegal. All that ritual lets nobles rationalize it's not a blood sport. They don't like commoners using the arena for petty squabbles. Some of us prefer an honest spectacle. And sometimes someone needs a good beating, and all that talking gets in the way.
What do you have in mind?
Say the word and I'll line up a team from one of the younger houses. They don't often get a chance to test themselves in the provings. They're a hungry bunch who employ unusual tactics. Understand that there's no concern for fairness here. Your battles will be hard won.
Set me up with a team battle. Who am I facing and what do I do? What do I get for it?
The younger houses are interested in unorthodox tactics. Many hire mercenaries to augment traditional strengths. Anything goes is a fair description. We give small payouts, maybe a bonus from time to time, but this isn't about money. It's about skill and the chance to show it.
I'll come
I'll
back
be
later.
here.
I'm not really sure what he was getting at there. Try to set me up by saying it.
Do not disturb me. I must meditate before my fight.
There he is, Gwydon.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before.
Are you one of the flyers? You don't know me? Not much for politics, I guess. Looking around.
Which is why I was on my way out. Name's Guidon, and I just tendered my resignation. Somehow I don't think the ancestors will favor me today.
Duelin Forende asked me. Why did you
It's
resign?
not so much what happened, as what's going to. I heard from a reliable source Lord Harriman's already given up the throne. Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes.
That's ridiculous. Harmate isn't conceding.
Oh? And where did you hear this? That's more reliable than a member of the Assembly.
From Prince For me, dueling, and I'm rallying honorable fighters for Harmit.
I suppose there's nothing his lordship would do without consulting Doolin. He's always been his top man. Maybe you're right. I'm just a warrior. I've always tried to stay out of these noble politics. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Balin's lying to me for his own gain, I'll...
Get back and knock some heads.
Maybe I will at that.
Right, then we just gotta find these love letters. So, that's going to do it for this episode. I just want to take a quick second to say a massive thank you for those of you who are watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider smashing that like button or dropping a sub. You don't have to, of course, it's entirely up to you, but it is free and it just helps my channel grow a little bit more. Most of all though, I just want to say again, a massive thank you for those of you who are watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.